Welcome back to another short bit segment from IGApps. As I mentioned in the text view and button basics video, today we'll be covering how to add images to our app, which I think will really elevate our apps. In a later short bit segment, I will cover how to set our app's icon to a certain image. Now let's get started. We're going to start by creating a new application. We're going to start by creating a new application by heading over to File, then hovering over New, and clicking on New Project. And then what I'm going to name this project is Images and Sounds, because I'm going to reuse this app for a later video explaining how to add sounds to our app. So I'm going to click Next, and then Next again, I'm fine with API of 23. And I'm going to choose an empty activity, and then I'm fine with having it being called main activity. So I'm going to click Finish now. So now the new project is running and it's going to take some time, so you can go ahead and pause the video. So it's finished running, and now what we're going to do is head on over to activity-main.xml, and the first thing we're going to do is change this constraint layout to a relative layout. So I'm going to say relative layout, and then I'm also going to delete this text view because we're going to have an image view. And as suggested by its name, what the image view allows us to do is it allows us to have an image, it allows us to hold an image. And it's essentially like another type of view or UI element in XML. So that's why I'm going to say Android layout width match parent, and I'm going to set the height to also match the parent. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it an ID, that way I can refer to it in Java. So I'm going to say ImageView, and then I'm also going to say I'm going to center it in our parent, Android layout center in parent, and I'm going to set that equal to true, and that's it. So there is one attribute missing from an image view that we should have if we want to display an image, and that's Android source, where we specify the image. If you want, you can go ahead and use the default app icon launcher by doing Android and source, and then saying something like at mipmap, and then the IC launcher. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go online and find my own image and show you step by step how to add that image to Android Studio and your app. So to find my image, I'm going to go onto Google Chrome and search for something like Captain America Shield and then PNG. And then I'm just going to find the image that I want. And once you get the image, what you want to do is download it. So I'm just going to download it from this link over here. And then it's a free download, so I'm going to press that. Now this is the important part. So you have to make sure that in your name for the image, there are no capital letters at all, otherwise Android Studio will give you some errors. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on that and click Show in Folder. And then I'm going to rename this as Shield. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this image over here, Shield. I'm going to do Control C. Then I'm going to head back over to Android Studio. And then I'm going to head on over to App. Under Resources, there's this folder called Drawable, and that's where we're going to have our images. So I'm going to do Control V, and then it's asking us to choose a destination directory, and I'm going to choose Drawable, and then it says shield.png, so I'm going to copy that file. Okay, so the difference between Drawable and Drawable V24, which you may have seen, is that the different folders are for providing images for different screen densities. That way there's device compatibility. For example, if you were to have a Samsung Galaxy 10 Plus with a super high screen density, we want to have higher density screen images. And that's what the other folder is for. I'm just going to use Drawable in this case. So if you double click on shield.png or whatever you've named the image underneath Drawable, it should open it up. So now that we have our image, we can finally set it in our image view by doing Android, source, and specifying that our image is underneath the drawables folder. And then my image is called Shield. Your name may vary based on what you chose. And over here what I'm doing is specifying that the source of the image view will come from a file called Shield, which is in our drawables folder. And now I'm going to run the app and to see the changes. And now you can see that in our app, we have the image view displaying Captain America Shield over here. And it looks great. That's about it for this short bit segment. In future short bits, I will cover how to add sounds to your app and set images programmatically to Java. Until then, happy developing from IGApps.